right, hey, good morning, everybody. We are here, episode number 23, I think it is now. I have Mr. Jason Hall from our Timonium office. Jason, thanks for joining, my friend. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And let's put your hand back up real quick, because we have here the Greater Baltimore Board of Realtors Realtor of the Year, baby, the champion, here, representing at Cummings and Company Realtors.
Absolutely.
So I had to get the Realtor of the Year award that was given out to you at the awards installation, where they install new members and everything, and do different sort of service awards and Rookie of the Year. And the main award is sort of the Realtor of the Year. So congratulations on that, man.
I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
That
I'm
is
proud to represent us.
That is awesome. We had Mr. Brian McGeehan also had that honor a few years ago from our Timonium office. So lots of different people and different, commitments over at various boards throughout the state, which is awesome. So congratulations. And so I guess tell me what the buildup was that. Like, how did you put yourself in the position to get that award, which is a great award to be able to tell your spiel and everything.
So the dope thing about it is, so the board has an awards committee, and they kind of sit in a room separate of all of us and kind of vet out who they think is valuable for that. And I just received an email like, hey, your name was mentioned. We can't make any promises, and just fill out this. They have a lengthy application that you submit about what you've done and the value you present, and they say, hey, we'll deliberate about it and let you know. So I had really no inkling of how it was going to go. I actually was one of two of our folks that were up for it, because I think Brian was up for it as well.
Okay.
And it was cool. Part of it was comprised of its service. You do have to have a level of production and any leadership roles that you've taken within the board as well. And a committee of your peers just kind of evaluate who they feel like is the best fit. And then you don't find out until you're in the room and they call the name. So up until 30 seconds before they said my name, I had no idea it was me.
Wow, that's fun. That's exciting, huh?
It was.
It was great. You're going up against a few different people, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah. It was folks from a bunch of different brokerages. I don't know the full count.
Okay.
But there's applicants. Every award we have, they compile a list. So it's almost like they start with a master list and then pare it down to maybe the top 5 folks and then make a selection.
Yeah, that's cool. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man.
So I guess how many years in the business total now?
I'm a couple of weeks away from 7 years.
7 years. How many with me now? What's it, 2? 3?
No, 3.
3 now. All right. Hey, thanks. High five for that. Appreciate that. 3 out of 7. So it started off Coldwell Banker, and then you came from Compass?
So I went to CB. I actually took real estate school at CB.
Okay. Started with them.
Stayed there, then joined a team while I was there. That team moved to Compass.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I moved with them.
With Anisha.
And then I came over, and it was so funny because I had always heard about Cummings, and just so you know, outside of these walls, there's this narrative of like Dave doesn't take everybody. So you have to you got to get to a certain level for them to consider you. And then when the opportunity came, I was honored that you would entertain the conversation.
Oh, of course, you're a great guy.
And it's been great. So it's been great since I've been here. So from here, Compass, and then
that's good. You've had a little bit of seen some different things and learned how different companies do different things and what they offer and everything.
Absolutely.
So then this year, right now, I think I looked and we were just chit chatting. Like you probably have your best production year, a little over. I looked at it last night, like a little over 5 million year to date.
Yep.
So you've been building it up slowly but surely over the years and having your best year yet, and getting Realtor of the Year for GBBR, which will hopefully help your marketing and everything for 2026 as well.
It will.
But yeah, congrats on having such a great year. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's why I was like, man, I got to get this guy in here, man. So I mean, tell me, I guess, what for someone like yourself, where you still less than a decade in the business, grinding along, what's been working for you, I guess, business wise, to gain the clients?
So what works for me is I kind of take more of a guerrilla type approach, right? So I came into the business out
whole
of
concept of guerrilla marketing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came into the business out of finance, and I don't have any sort of prominent connections in any neighborhoods, anything like that. So.
And where do you live?
I live in Owings Mills.
Owings Mills, okay.
Now, part of what I do is I work a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
And I kind of do non-traditional stuff that folks wouldn't do. So, for example, I'll entertain and work with rental clients.
Okay.
Because it gives me an opportunity to get a level of exposure.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's benefited me in my career is I've had folks that have started off as renters that I've helped educate, grow into being able to purchase.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Some of them are now in the space of now ready to sell.
Yeah.
So I kind of take more of an approach of I work with any and all clients that I can. CRM systems, I definitely do. I try to do a consistent amount of lead gen
Okay.
on
Are
a
you
weekly basis.
using a specific CRM right now that you like?
Yeah, I fluctuate. Recently, I've been using Follow Up Boss.
Okay.
I'll probably use that throughout 26 and then reevaluate. So for me, the holiday season is when I kind of do reflective thought on what worked for my business, what failed, what I tried. I'd say the biggest thing that has worked for me is social media. I'm very good at getting business from social media. Growing followers, not there yet, but
Yeah.
actually getting transactions has worked for me.
So I guess going back to your CRM real quick. I mean, how many people do you have in your database that you feel are like active people that, know your name, know who you are, that you're like
I'd say
true
probably
like client database, friend, family, all that sort of sphere relationship?
I'd say without looking a little bit over 100
100, yeah.
that are like active folks that I feel like are going to engage.
Yeah.
My total population may be a little bigger than that, but some of it is just, drip campaigns of folks that maybe I'm not engaging with as
Sure.
much, but probably about a little over 100 folks that are really engaged.
Engaged, yeah, gotcha. And then social media. So you've been good with social media. So what sort of social media angles are you working? I guess that you're finding that it's helping you get business.
Um,
So people are reaching out to you
yeah,
directly on like Facebook Messenger.
I'll get DMs because what I found is that folks don't really like discussing the gaps in what they do understand and not understand about real estate in comments.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
So a lot of it begins from DMs that happen in conversations that happen. And for me, my approach is more education. So I am doing more of the like up to date, upbeat HGTV type content now,
Hmm.
but my base is education. So
Okay.
usually what I try to do is if there's a topic, like I just dropped a video the other day about the prospective 50-year mortgage and stuff like that. I try to do content and open myself up to answer any and all questions that people have
Yeah.
about real estate, and then it allows them to be comfortable. My craziest transaction that came from it was during COVID. I had a woman who I met who sold me Lysol when we couldn't get any of that stuff in stores
Right.
and became a client. Like we followed each other because the only way I could DM her to be able to buy the Lysol was to be friends on social.
Yeah.
And she saw content and read and read. And then one day was like, hey, I'm the woman that sold you Lysol during COVID. Like, I want to buy a house.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So
She was a local person that you were,
local
yeah,
person
gotcha.
do a ton of, now that we're friends on social, I mean, she knows 50 million realtors, some of them colleagues of mine.
Yeah.
And I thought it was honored that we developed the relationship
Yeah.
off of that. But she was like, hey, I felt like you were genuine and honest, and I feel like you would shoot me straight. And that's my business model.
Yeah. So you're doing a little bit. I do feel like, see, like, you're use like Canva. I feel like there's, your headshot, sort of the silhouette headshot with some just listed under contract, just sold, but a lot of the other stuff is educational content that you're putting out.
Absolutely.
Any other lead sources? I mean, you're doing mailers, newsletters,
So
client parties, other stuff like that.
I'll do mailers. Like every quarter, I try to be a little bit creative and track and see. So like I've done mailers. Sometimes I'll try to, like I want to do a client event this year, which I have not ever done before. But the way the business is in my mind, to me, it has to be quarter to quarter. So what I found is like in the last 6 months or so, I have done some mailers that have worked. So I'm back to doing that again.
Okay.
But a year ago, they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more of changing with the time. So some mailers, I've done I've done email campaigns. Something else I do on social that works is I will get permission from colleagues that have listings up that maybe have a nice kitchen or a bathroom. And I will do a poll in my story of what do we think about this kitchen, to create engagement and comments in the DMs as well.
Right.
And that works a ton for me.
Yeah, and that helps keep people seeing your stuff in your feed. It helps the algorithm know that the people that are engaging with you. Then Facebook puts all those people right back to the top. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's important. How are you sort of like structuring your day and managing your stress? Are you very much like, I do these things in the morning? Do you have a set sort of schedule for yourself? Because you're more of a home office guy. So, you pop into Timonium, drop off checks. I mean, 78% of the office, when you look at the statistics, are home office agents. So do you have like a set structure on how you schedule your day and manage everything?
Yeah, so how I try to structure my day is first thing in the morning, I try to start with lead gen.
Mm-hmm.
And that my lead gen can just be sending messages of gratitude to former clients.
Yeah.
It could be following up on leads that were sent to me. So I try to get at least a few hours in the morning of lead gen in. The next step is doing like managing existing business.
Mm-hmm.
So if I've got transactions that are going on, clients that are looking for property or getting property prepared to go on the market,
Right.
kind of midday, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, it is closing out little things on my list in terms of managing my business. So to your point, like if I need to order some mailers or order Canva stuff, like today I got to mail out my holiday postcards for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So getting that stuff done, getting that stuff printed, and then I end my day with preparing a list of what needs to be accomplished the next day. Now I do to maximize like making sure that my day's efficient and not being stressful. I allow for fluidity. So like if I got a deal that has a fire going on that I need to put out, I won't put it off because I'm in lead generation.
Right. You'll take that.
I'll deal with it and then say, hey, I'll add in an hour later in the day just to kind of allow things to fluctuate. Because I found when you let things fester,
Yes.
it turns into a bigger fire.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's like it's important to like time block for like lead generation because that's a thing that always gets out of hand. But yeah, like if you have a client festering and then it can just sort of snowball into more and more stuff. What about artificial intelligence? You've been into using that much so far this year? Does that help business?
Absolutely. I love using AI. So I use AI in many cases for comments.
Mm-hmm.
I've also used AI to get perspective thoughts on what home buyers in this market are thinking.
Yeah.
So I try to like
Are you more heavy home buyers?
yeah, I'm probably more heavy on the buyer side.
Yeah. Investors as well, or just
The buyers, investors, I work with everybody. So
yeah.
buyers, sellers, investors, renters. The GBBR had an AI summit, and ironically, on one of our panels, one of our folks, Mary Lynch, spoke.
Okay,
And
yeah.
something I learned from Mary,
Mary.
that I love is Mary talks to her AI like a person.
Yeah.
And that has drastically changed my business because the same way I'll talk to a realtor in a happy hour, I'll just kind of be like, what do you feel like home buyers in the Baltimore area need?
Yeah.
And just have a little bit of a dialogue because I don't ever want to get stale or think that my current client base can speak for everyone that are doing business in Baltimore. So I use it now. What I will say is there's certain things that I stay away from with AI. Like I don't do any like remarks, that kind of sort of stuff because I don't want to have any compliance issues for that. But I love AI. I'm going to run conversations through AI. I get marketing ideas from AI.
What type of marketing ideas? Just
so like I've had AI come up with one of my favorite marketing ideas.
Oh, nice.
The idea that I got about the pole with the kitchens and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
That was AI.
Yeah.
AI was like, just engage and talk to people like regular people about real estate. Like people love looking at stuff. So instead of asking people, do you know what today's interest rate is? Like just say, hey, do you think this kitchen is dope? Do you think this house is pretty? And just talk to them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because AI has.
So you just talked into AI, started to cut you off. It said like, "Hey, give me some marketing ideas for market to my sphere of influence," and it just shot out a list.
And it shoots out a list. And then what I do is because I have a good handle on my current customer base, I'll read through it and see like this is not going to resonate. Oh, this is dope. Let me try that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just put it out there. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, but it doesn't hurt. AI sees things from a more holistic perspective.
Yeah.
And it gets me out of just being kind of granular in my thought process, which I think is amazing.
Yeah. Gotcha. Anything like 2026, like thoughts on the market, new things on your horizon that you're working on for your business to change things up at all?
So I would say 2026 for me is going to be more on branding and value proposition. I feel like with the way that the market is transitioning right now, as agents, we got a responsibility to try to provide our value proposition.
Yeah.
Where like buyers and sellers and investors got a million folks and a million different brokerages that they can work with. We've got to provide that value. And for me, it's turning over every stone. So to your point, now I'm going away from the idea of just asking AI questions to I want to learn about botting. I want to learn about different platforms that are being used to try to see what creative things I can come up with for my clients. I've got to build a consistent internet following. So I started about 6 months ago a podcast called Keys and Conversations, where now it's more of I want to talk to other professionals in the business and obviously give people an opportunity to understand me, but also bring in other people that I think are of value to help educate them about the business. And I'd say in 26, my goal is to perfect my systems better.
Yeah.
Because while I do have a process, in my opinion, my process is flawed. And the biggest flaw is I feel like I probably need another hour or two a day of lead generation.
Yeah.
And I need more creative drip campaigns. I think the days of you get the happy birthday email, the Merry Christmas email, I don't think that's enough anymore. There need to be more creative pieces to engage my folks. So at this point now, it's ramping up my lead generation and marketing on steroids.
All right. Is there anybody that you're like following on Instagram or socials that's giving you a lot of good ideas and tips or inspiration as well?
Yeah, there's a guy
Any of the
named,
influencers?
Thomas Todd Collins.
Okay.
Who is a marketing specialist, not this year, but the year before last. He did a class at our Maryland Realtors Conference in OC that was super great. And what I liked about his approach is his whole thing is
because he's a local guy.
Local guy, and he does marketing.
He's working with some other people at the brokerage.
He does marketing from a real perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a guy that's like, hey man, it's less about suit and tie. You can have jeans on, whatever. Are you presenting value? Don't get caught up in the aesthetics. Be genuine to your folks and allow people to understand that you're a real person. And that's an approach I had not seen online. And I think it is so impressive. And like I'd say right now, that's probably my favorite real estate related follow.
Gotcha. All right. Good to know. All right. Well, I'll give him a follow. I think I have met him a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Cool. Seems like a good guy. And then any fun facts about yourself?
Yeah. Biggest fun fact is, crazy enough, man, I am addicted to fantasy football.
Okay.
Like it is my thing. I don't know why. It provides me a level of peace. It gives me a chance.
I always feel like people are like yelling and throwing their phones around and
it allows,
mashing their computers.
This is true. And it started off like that for me, but now it allows me to get my real estate nerd brain into sports because now I'm studying, I'm planning my lineups and being able to watch it. The same way I watch my business to see, like, is this a good month? Is this a bad month?
Yeah.
I now do it with my team.
Okay.
And it makes the rest of my football watching experience fun because now I care about more than just the Ravens.
I mean, should we get a Cummings and Company fantasy football team going next season in-house? Or are you in too many leagues already?
Nah, I think that would be fun.
You want to spearhead that for me?
Yeah, I got
All right.
it. We'll do that. That's
add a few more folks. There's some girls that are very into football around here too. I feel like so. I see their social media. They're at like the games and stuff. All right, and then just to wrap up, like favorite Baltimore neighborhood. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite spot?
Yeah, my favorite Baltimore neighborhood would be the Park Heights community.
Okay.
It's the community I grew up in, but the biggest thing I love.
Your family you still have parents or anybody there?
I got an aunt that lives in the community right now.
Okay.
And it was dope for me because I grew up around the Preakness Stakes.
Yeah.
And like seeing something that's so big nationally and it's blocks away from my house.
Yeah.
And now it's going through this redevelopment process to like make the race bigger and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just such an emerging community that has so many great people that have been in that neighborhood for so long. So I'd say that that's my favorite neighborhood. And I'm looking forward to see what the new Pimlico racetrack looks like when it's done.
Yeah. Hopefully it should be, from the renditions and everything, it should be pretty good. Because I'm a big fan of Preakness as well. Hence our annual Preakness party. And I live not too far from there myself. So
absolutely.
That energy that they brings to the neighborhood is awesome. And I've gone to Preakness for years and years, went to Towson University. And I love seeing the community, everybody like out that day, selling parking spots, selling water, selling hot dogs. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's dressed up. Yeah, it's a fun day. Yeah.
And fun fact, I went this year. It was my first year ever.
Really?
And it's funny, like it's 5 minutes away from me. Like I always loved the hustle and bustle, but never went and always watched on TV.
yeah.
This was my first year actually going. So now going forward, my wife and I have decided that that's going to be something that we're going to do.
All right.
Is we're going to
Are
go.
you going to go down to Laurel this year?
Yes,
All right.
I am going to go down because I want to get into the consistency of it, and I'm a sports guy, so anything sports related, hence horse racing, I want to watch it.
All right, very cool. All right, well, guys, Jason Hall, thank you very much for being here today. If you have any other questions for him about anything, if you want to get involved in GBBR by any chance, he's a great person to let you know like the pluses and minuses, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the various committees, all the different things you can do, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Or anything about his business, feel free to reach out to him. And I appreciate your time watching this. Have a great rest of the day.
Have a good one. Love the blue and gold.
Yeah, baby. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right.